Hi everyone, I'm Aaliyah Baker, the founder of Ballet for Black and Brown Bodies, and I'm super happy to be here at the Hayti Center today to bring you a little introductory beginning level ballet class. Ballet simply means to dance, and the style that many of you may be familiar with was kind of codified and put together in France hundreds of years ago. So most of the terms that I will talk about today are in French names, but they really correlate to human movements that each body can most likely attempt to do. And so we're going to go through some of those different exercises today. Ballet is based off of 5 positions of the feet. So if you stand kind of in a natural, kind of parallel position, however you would naturally stand, generally most of us have our feet kind of facing forward, or maybe they're slightly angled out, but usually in the general frontward direction. In ballet, most of our exercises are done with our feet in a rotated position called turnout. And so from this sort of natural position, you can easily slide your feet out, your toes to the side, and see how your legs can open their sockets. Okay? And so from this easy turned out position, where your knees are over your toes and everything's aligned on your hips, if you slide your feet together, you've achieved the first position. Position number 1. And usually we have our arms either down here, kind of rounded at the bottom, or in front of our chest in first position. Then, if we were to open our legs out to the side and put our heels underneath our shoulders, so you can kind of feel a little X of the body here. So this box from our shoulders all the way down to our heels is second position. And notice that my feet are still kind of pointing out to the side in that turnout. And you might even start to feel the muscles in your legs work as you push into the ground to maintain that rotation position in the second. From here, our arms usually will match in a wide second position. I like to think of this as if you're hugging maybe a big, really, really huge tree that you can't even get your arms all the way around, and you curve, and your fingers and everything are reaching around that tree. From here, we will put one heel in front of the other heel, and this is our third position, okay? So from the side, I'll turn aside, this looks like just one foot slightly in front of the other for the heels. And you do that on both sides. Just right in the middle of our foot, kind of where your arch is where the heel of the front foot goes. And again, pushing down into the ground, using your abdominal muscles with your belly button speaking to your spine to help you to balance in that position. As your feet get closer and closer together, it gets a little bit more challenging to balance, which is why ballet dancers have to work at it every day, because it's not necessarily the most natural stance in the whole entire world. From here, we can go out to fourth position, and that's really just pointing the one foot into the front and taking a step forward. So this is a wide front-back position, similar to how second is a side-to-side position. So again, this is what it looks like for the front, one leg kind of crossed over with a little space in between the two, and from the side, you can see more clearly that space. Here, I'm still trying to rotate both legs and push my energy into the ground and keep my weight in between both feet rather than having it on the back foot only or on the front foot only. All right, from here, we're going to go to position number 5, the fanciest one and maybe the one that's most closely associated with ballet, where you bring this foot that's in the front back and it's crossed all the way over. So this is what it looks like from the side. One foot completely in front of the other foot. From the front, you can see it's more crossed over than our third position, which was a little bit more open. So third, the heel is in front of maybe the arch of the other foot. And in fifth position, we have our heel in front of the toe of the back foot and our toe on this side in front of our heel of the other foot. Try it on both sides. And you can kind of feel the difference. For me and for most people's bodies, our sides are not completely symmetrical. So one side may feel good and the other side may feel a little bit harder to do. That's totally okay. Just stand in the position that is the most comfortable for your body. And really, in all of these positions, what you want to make sure of is that your knees are in alignment over your toes. The reason is you don't want your knees to kind of be outside of the frame of your toes so that you can just make sure you don't hurt your knees. Really important. For today, we're primarily going to use our first position, our second position, and third or fifth, just depending on how much ballet you know and how familiar and comfortable you are with the positions. Okay? So first 5 positions of the body down, and we're ready to now move on to the 3 movements that form pretty much every single step that you do in ballet. Those steps are plie, tendu, and relevé. Again, I mentioned that the names are in French, so plie basically means to bend. It's a bend of our knees. And when our knees bend, we also see that there's a bend in our ankles and a little bit of a relaxation that happens in our hips so that our legs in the hip socket can easily go down and up. All right, so now it is time for us to try to put some of those steps together. So we're going to use plie, tendu, and relevé to build some combinations. And generally we start kind of slow, we warm up our body, and then the movements get a little bit bigger and a little bit faster until we have done an entire bar. And bar, again, is where we kind of hold on and we practice with a little bit of support so that we can find our balance before we step away from the bar and we move into the center of the floor and we do even bigger, bolder movements in the center. So it's really important before doing any kind of like exercise or dancing to get your body prepared and warmed up. So I'm going to share a little warm-up combination with us that's going to help us just kind of articulate through all of our body, get it moving, get it stretched out, and ready for our plie combination. So I'm going to start with my left hand on the bar, and I'm just going to keep my feet in that natural parallel we talked about, and I'm going to keep my arm down with a soft little rounding of my hand and my wrist, okay? Now we're going to go plie and stretch in parallel, then turn out and pull the heels together to first position. And then we're going to roll down from the top of our head. We're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 counts to roll over. And you might want to let go of the bar or whatever you're holding on here. And then you're going to plie and stretch, plie and stretch. Then rolling up from the bottom of your spine, 6, 7, 8. Turn in. 1, 2, turn out, pull it together, rolling down, 6, 7, 8, plie and stretch, plie and stretch, rolling up from the bottom of the spine. My head is the last thing to come up. Feel free to hold on the whole time if that makes you feel more secure, or you can have your arms hang over with you while you are stretching over as well. We're going to try that 4 times, and each time just really pay attention to what's happening in your body. So your dancing is going to look a little bit different than mine. Everyone's going to look a little bit different, and it's really important for you to tune in to how this feels in your body. See if you can start to relax and release any tension in your body and just enjoy the movement, okay? So I think maybe we're ready to try it with some music. We'll wait for the music to come in. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. We play, then, and stretch, turning out, pull the heels together, rolling down. 6, you have 7, 8, we plie, and stretch, plie, 7, 8. We have plie. 1, 2. Turn the feet out. Pull the heels together. Rolling down. 5, 6, 7, 8. We plie. Bending the ankles and the knees. Stretch. And bend. And stretch. We roll up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn our feet in. And I'm going to turn around. We're going to do it to the other side. Here we go. Plie. And stretch. Turn the feet out. Heels together. Rolling down. Top of the head. 6, 7, 8. Here we go. And stretch. And stretch. Rolling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn your feet in. We're going to do it one last time. 7, 8. Plie. Stretch. Rotate out. Pull the heels together. Rolling head down. 1, 2. Plie. And stretch. Rolling up. And done. So now that we've done our little warm up, we've gotten our back moving, we've gotten our knees and our ankles moving, we're gonna move on to our plies, which is oftentimes the very first combination in a ballet class. And so we're gonna take our first position, and you could either maybe have your arms to the side, on your hip, or down. Just somewhere where you don't have to worry about it too much, you can focus on your legs. So I'm gonna put mine on my hip for today. And we're gonna take in first position, a demi-plie and stretch. A demi-plie and stretch. Grand plie. 1 and 2, coming up, and 4. From here, we're gonna take a little bend over to the front and stretch. So we're gonna just bend, 2, 3, 4, coming up, 5, 6, open to our second position. We're gonna tendu to second position. Same thing. Demi-plie and stretch. Demi-plie and stretch. Grand plie a little bit bigger, coming up. Now we're gonna take a bend into the bar. Gonna reach big rainbow over the top of our head. 3, 4, coming up. 5, 6, we use our last 2 counts to transition. 7, 8 to our third. Demi-plie and stretch. Demi-plie and stretch. Grand plie. All the way down, all the way up. This time we're going to take our hand that's on the bar and take a big stretch away from the bar. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to go back to our first position to finish. And then we're going to push into that releve. And then if you're feeling fancy and on your legs and on balance, you can see if you can let go, find a balance, and then lower your heels and plie. And that's the end of our plies. So we do that on our right side and then on our left side. And generally in ballet, we'll do one side and then we'll do a little turn around. It doesn't have to be a fancy move, but just a little transition to the other side and go right into that, okay? So I think now we're ready to try it with some music. We're gonna have Janelle Monáe assist us in our plies, one of my favorite artists. So left hand on the bar to start, and here we go. There we go. We have 5, 6, put your hand wherever you want to go, and here we go, plie. And demi-plie, and stretch. Demi-plie, 2, big stretch into the bar.
I remember when you laughed when I cut my perm off and you gave me a 6. I was like, baby.
And then we'll tendu transition. Our left foot now will come in front of our other foot and third. And demi-plie, stretch. Demi-plie, and stretch. All the way down. Coming up. Rainbow away from the bar. And tendu back to first. Plie. Find your releve. And find your balance.
Let me hear you say, hey, let's go.